everybody! Today we're going to be doing my skincare and makeup routine, and I'm super excited about it because a lot of you commented to do like my skincare makeup routine. I loved the idea of that, but I haven't done anything similar to this ever, so I hope that this is what you guys were like kind of looking for. I already know I'm gonna have a lot of fun filming it, so before we get started, hit the subscribe button. Let's hop into it. Okay, so to start with, we're going to be doing my morning skincare routine. So I always use some type of headband. Recently my mom purchased this one and I thought it was really cute. It's like just cute pink headband and it works pretty well, so that's great. Like this. Great. I start with this face wash. This is probably like the all-time best one that I've ever used. I used to use a different type of face wash. I felt like it didn't like work at all. Actually, in 9th grade, I went through Accutane, and this was definitely the one that was like most recommended, and this has always worked for me. I definitely would recommend this if you're struggling with like acne. So after washing my face, I typically will end up getting like pretty dry skin. Eventually I decided that this was the best one for my skin, and I love this one so much. I bring this camping, I bring this like to school if I need it, and it also is really good for like in the winter if you get dry knuckles. This is the way to go. I really like this one. So, and it's like got a cooling effect to it. I've always loved this one. So once that is all rubbed in, there are days where like if my face is a little bit more like puffy from the night before, I use this crystal like rock. It helps get rid of like any puffiness, swollenness. It also just feels great. It just is like a really nice like sensation, I guess. Make sure that you're like careful so that you're not like, you know, damaging the skin or causing any like, I don't know, bruising or anything. You want to just be gentle with it. I would definitely recommend getting one of these because these are like really nice. All right, so my last step of like my skincare in the morning routine is I add also this like tinted sunscreen lotion. So the first one like moisturizing, which is great, and then this one is also amazing because you don't want to ever like burn your face. Your face being burnt a lot of times can cause dark spots, wrinkles, like all that stuff. So to prevent that, I definitely recommend to wear sunscreen on your face. There's so many good options for like face sunscreens where it's like lotion, or like this one has a little bit of color to it, but I know that there's other ones that are just whatever we want, but like I would definitely recommend to keep our face safe. But this one luckily is not like too tinted at all. It so far has worked amazing for me and it actually lasts all day too. This is a great brand, but like I'm a very freckly like person. Like I have lots of freckles on my face. You can definitely see how many freckles I have. Like it's like boom, freckles. That's how I know that this is not like too much like foundation or anything, because you can still see my freckles after I put it on, which is great. But then it also works all day and I love that about that. And I just rub that in. Anyways, there's that. All right, so I'm gonna be hopping right into my makeup routine, and I'm also gonna be doing like a little bit of a story time. I'm gonna be doing a story time about mine and Steven's first date, because I feel like that could help you guys get to know me a little bit more, and also like Steven a little bit more too. I'm going to be starting with my blush, which I love a cream blush because then it can like blend in super easily. I know there's powder blushes, but I really like cream blush. So basically, me and Steven were at the age where we had like our permits, but we did not have our licenses yet. So we actually had to have Steve drive us to our date, which it was a hike, Adams Canyon. That's in Utah, and it's like a super fun hike actually. I was nervous mostly because I was like, I don't know what I should wear, because I know on like a hike you should be wearing more like exercise clothing, but I was just like so nervous for it being my first date. Side note, to this day, I would say that our Adams Canyon hike date is our first date, but technically we did have our first ever like dance together prom before this, and I would claim either one as like our first date, but this is more the one that I would say, since this is like our first time being one-on-one, if that makes sense. I just remember being nervous because I didn't want to like sound winded. Like I wanted to be like all buff and be like, oh yeah, I just did that. I just hiked that whole mountain, and then like I'm not even winded, but I was winded. Don't get me wrong, okay? That was a little bit of a hard hike. It was awesome. So overall, 10 out of 10 hike, but poor Steve, who had to drive all the way back to pick us up. This is my bronzer that I use. This is amazing. This one works super well. Back to my story. After dinner, we ended up going outside and playing a lot of games. Like we were just trying to like get to know each other, you know, if that makes sense. We had a lot of funny experiences. Like I, to this day, like sometimes go back in time and like watch this one video because we were like out in the grass having fun, like taking pictures because there was like the most beautiful sunset that night. Tell me that's not a sign. I love pretty sunsets. I like always take pictures of them. There's this hilarious video where like his uncle Jared's like on a razor and I had never met him before. Like I really had never met that many of his family members. And I just remember that like I started hearing a razor, so I like panned the camera over. I just like hear Steven like say something and I like pan back and he's like, oh, we've gotta run. And I was like, wait, what? And then I like stopped the video because I'm like, wait, why are we running? And we like ran so fast out of there. Apparently Jared being in a razor is scary. To this day that doesn't make sense to me, but I thought it was really funny and I love to just like look back on the pictures. Next I'm going to be doing my mascara. Little story time about this mascara is that this is my all-time favorite. Like I will not switch, I will not go back to what I used before, I will not change because this is all I need in life. I'm such a mascara girly. I love mascara, but I only love this brand of mascara. If you need a new mascara, try it out. And let me know in the comments if you guys use this one or if you even have like other options. Like I'm open to try new things. This one, I just love it. You can get waterproof ones. I don't really like waterproof ones because then when at night when I'm like washing my face, whatever, then it's easy to come off rather than like I'm ripping my eyelashes out. So our first prom, well, I was nervous and like I'm pretty sure my dad has this video of me where I'm like literally quaking. I'm like upstairs and I'm freaking out because like I know that his family's on his way to pick me up, which again, we were not old enough to drive anywhere, so his dad took us and like our group to Lagoon, which was like super nice of him. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then in the parking lot, like literally as we're like gonna like go home, Steven and his friend Zach did the unthinkable. Zach is totally just like, wait, Steven, stand there. I'm gonna hop over you. I'm not even gonna touch you. I'm just gonna hop over you. He like got a running start and everyone was just like, this is not gonna go well. So this is the end result. And I'll finish my story in a second. To end the story, of course, Steven, being like the jokester he is, he was like, before Zach gets to me, I'm gonna duck. We're all just standing there and then Steven, like Zach gets to him and is like in the air. And Steven just ducked and dropped and Zach just like nose dived into the cement. And Steven's like, I thought you were gonna take a little bit longer. Like I didn't know you're right there. Anyways, that was like the cherry on top for prom because other than that, prom was great, but like that made us all laugh. Now, by the end of my makeup routine, I do blush, bronzer, and this like highlighter in the corner of my eyes. I love this like jumbo eye pencil. It just pops, and even if like you like are in the water, like it just stays. Like it's really awesome, like that. And then I use like a little bit of like an eyeshadow brush to kind of like soften it up. So this is like kind of our end look. I mean, this is kind of just what I stick with is blush, bronzer, mascara, and a little bit of highlighter. But then I always will end it with some type of mist setting spray because I find that will help it throughout the day. So this is the one that I use. I love this one so much. This one is so satisfying to like shake. Boom, my makeup is done. Like that's really all there is to it. All right, so now I've got my cute shirt on. I'm dressed for the day, and I also love to add perfumes. Love this brand of perfumes. If you are looking for like a smell that'll have like people like stopping you and be like, holy crap, you smell so good. Boom, this. So by the time that it is the end of the day and I'm winding down, getting ready to hop in bed, I will then start my night routine. So I definitely just use like this same face wash that I showed you earlier, but it is actually good to like at least once a week use more of like a scrub to like exfoliate your skin. Helps like build like have a healthier layer of skin. After washing my face, instead of like moisturizing with like a moisturizer, I actually use this retinol stuff for just like my forehead. It's like to prevent wrinkles. It does actually help a lot. I've seen the difference already. Like it's actually great. I would recommend that if you are like looking for something to help with like prevent wrinkles in the future. Like maybe you guys think I'm too young for that, but it never hurts to start early. So lastly, I have like this little container of Corona paste. It's not coronavirus, corona paste. It's to help prevent like cold sores. It also helps just like keep your lips moisturized through the night so that you don't like get cuts. Don't judge. I got it from my orthodontist, and so they said it worked, and it actually has literally worked so well. So it works for me. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I am so grateful for all of the comments that you guys have left. They actually have helped me out so much with picking out video ideas to do for you guys. I'd love if you guys could leave any like suggestions of like things I could improve or something you would have liked to see more of. If you guys would like to see more Get Ready With Me's and story times, let me know in the comments and I will make sure to go check those out. Well, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!